You ever been talking to people and they do this? They look at you like this, and you know it ain't getting through. And it's probably because they're thinking about what they're going to say next instead of listening to what you're saying. Like, you pretend that you're talking to me right now, right? And I'll be the one listening. Well, yeah, they can't wait to say the next thing, right? I'm Zach. This is The Average Christian, a project about what it means to have a relationship with God and live this out in practical, everyday terms, also about some accountability. We are in Proverbs chapter 18 and Proverbs chapter 10. Let's go to 18 and verse 2 first. Now, this said, there's a reason why I'm talking and doing these videos, and Clayton is editing. Clayton is really good about what I'm going to talk about here, and I'm really bad at it. Now, I don't want to make a joke out of it because this is for real. Some of the prayers that I have to God, I identify with Peter, and Peter, shot his mouth off before loading his brain a whole lot. I do that. And I almost said fall victim, like it's not my fault. I also am guilty of this at times. Look at Proverbs 18 and verse 2. A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. And we got a whole lot of that right now. With these protests and so forth, people aren't wanting to, and not just protests, but people on both sides of the aisle who aren't listening to either side, who aren't listening to each other. They don't have any goal of understanding, but just telling what your opinion is and being the loudest one and the baddest one and so forth. A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. I'm guilty of being that guy listening to you and not really paying attention because I want to tell you what I've got on my mind. Now, if you go to chapter 10 and verse 19, when words are many, transgression is not lacking, but whoever restrains his lips is prudent. I have to pray a lot about what I say. I have to pray about confessing. When I say pray, I mean confessing and asking God to forgive me for my just running off at the mouth, telling things that I shouldn't say, gossiping, those types of things. Because when you talk this much, there's a reason why James warns people, all of us, that let not many of us be teachers in chapter 3 and verse 1, because of the responsibility that comes with it. And notice again, when words are many, transgression is not lacking. And he talks in that chapter about taming and trying to control the tongue, and what a great evil and what a great fire it can start. So I want to challenge you and me to be better listeners, to be people who are slow to speak, who are quick to listen, and who don't always say what's on our minds. We need more of that now. Social media has a lot of good. Some of you are watching on Facebook right now, and I appreciate social media for so many reasons. But the other thing that it's done is like Twitter and so forth, is any fool can just say whatever he wants and type whatever he wants. And there's no real accountability, because you don't have to say something face to face to somebody. You can just throw it out there, and you can turn off the reactions, dismiss them, or whatever. If I don't want to hear what your comments are to this video, I can turn off comments and so forth. Remember that a fool has no desire to understand, just wants to say what's on his mind. And you know those people, don't you? They say, well, listen, I just say what's on my mind. Well, you better duck. Those are the people I don't want to be around. They say it like it's a badge of honor. I just say what's on my mind. That's foolish. And when there are many words, transgressions aren't lacking. Let's be careful what we say. Be careful how we respond. Be quick to think, slow to speak, and always let Jesus be that guide. Thank you for being here. If you have not already subscribed to The Average Christian, please hit that button below. If you want to see the video last release, it's in this corner here. If you want to see what YouTube recommends, it's in this box over here. To our podcast listeners, thank you for being here. We want you to subscribe, rate, and review. And everyone, please consider sharing this with somebody else.